Hello everyone, welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, the housekeeping notes. All the product I'm using and all the dimensions will be listed below. There's a link to my online store if you wish to purchase any of these products and help support my channel. There's a link to my Facebook group. We'd love to have you join that. My email if you have any questions. And finally, remember to like, share, and subscribe and help me grow in YouTube world. Now, some of you guys might say, I'm seeing things. You're not seeing things. This is a recolored version of a paper we had last Valentine's in the last year's mini catalog. And it was with Sweet Sorbet and it was Be My Valentine Sweet. This is a recoloring of it. And this is cute as can be and is found on the online store. Isn't it beautiful? So I'm going to run you through and show you this beautiful paper, little honeycomb. Look at that pinks, bubble bath, pool party, and Petunia Pop in there. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, this one just has flowers, if I didn't show it. This one has some stripes. Then we have little bees with hearts. And got some, and then we have these with lots of Petunia Pop and some check. The colors in this version are Basic Black, Bubble Bath, Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, Petunia Pop, and Pool Party. So, the next thing we're going to be using is we're going to be using a new set. This is in the it's on the online exclusives. You can find it there. It is part of the scrapbooking set. And there is two bees, a big one and a small one, and faces for them, antenna, and some beautiful sayings. And then the dies that go with them. We have hexagon, layering hexagons, flowers. This says hive, and this says ours. And we have little flower dies and stuff. I already pulled out the ones we're going to be using. That's for the bee bodies and the wings. So this is this set. But I'm also bringing in Be My Valentine and the punch because we have another bee. So we have a small bee, so we'll call it the baby bee, the mama bee, and the daddy bee. And I'm going to spank a kitten. Yeah, that was meant for you. Sorry about that. Cat may need spanking here soon. I don't like spanking him. But anyhow, back to this. We have the three bees. So we're going to use all three bees on this card. And the wings, the honeycombs, and some faces. And there's a few different faces. You got this one and this one. A little bigger eyes on this one. This one's a winking. We're definitely using the winking. This one's got more of an uplift. This one's looking down. This one's, or looking up. This one's looking down. And this has little dashes. Just different ones. We're going to use three of these. I can't remember which ones I pulled out. I pulled out three. We'll see them when I stamp them. So anyhow, and then you're going to see we're using You're as Sweet as Honey. This is not a Valentine's card. Okay? You can use this set for other than Valentine's. I am pulling in one verse from Cheerful Daisies. Your friendship means everything. And then we're going to be using You're as Sweet as Honey. So I pulled in multiple stamp sets to do this. I said it before, don't be afraid to pull in multiple stamp sets. So the envelope is quite simple, just a few hearts. And then our card. This is a fun fold. And it says, Your friendship means everything. And we have the two, the big one and the little one here. And if you notice something, he wobbles. We're putting him on a wobbler. And then You're as Sweet as Honey with some honeycombs and the medium-sized one. I thought it was very cute. Now, you're looking at this and saying, but this is a very long sentiment. I did stamp surgery and I cut it between the sweet as honey, sweet as right there. You can put them right back together too, but I wanted it so it fit on my die cut because I'm using the die cuts from this new set. And so this is our beautiful card here with our, I love that he wobbles. So that's what we're going to make. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to do some stamping. We're going to do stamping in 2 pieces today because we have to do a lot of die cutting before we can do other stamping. So we are going to need some scrap of Daffodil Delight, some scrap of Bubble Bath. Here's some more. We need a piece of Petunia Pop to cut our rectangle, our thing. The piece of paper you actually need is only 4 1/4 by 4. I've already cut the white one. I didn't think you needed to watch me do 2. So you'll need a piece of white. And like I said, all the measurements and everything you'll need will be listed below. And we need a piece of white. That is for die cutting only, not stamping. And I think that's all we need right at this very moment. So this one is for die cutting, same as this white. So we don't need to stamp any of those. But we do need to stamp on these. And these are for our bumblebees. So what I've done for this one, these are the 2, and I want to show you, this one is solid in the middle. This is the one from Be My Valentine. And these are the 2 from the dies. And what I've done is I've mounted them both on the same block just so it's a little easier. And this is Bubble Bath. We're going to stamp, and we're going to stamp with Petunia Pop. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the single one here. We'll refer to medium B right there. And then we'll put the one here for the large and small B. And we'll stamp those. So there's the wings. And I think that's all we need for Petunia Pop at the moment. Like I said, this is multiple stamping here because we do need to die cut. So we're going to put the medium B. Get all my B's out here. This is the medium B. He's been used more. Make sure you have it well covered. At this point, it doesn't matter which direction you go. So we'll punch him out in a few minutes. And I know this is an overkill, but it's a large block. Make sure you have a nice coverage. That's for the large bee. Sorry, here blocks clank, but I'm running out of space on my desk. And this is for the smaller bee. Just like that. And that's all the stamping we're going to do for just a few minutes, so while we do some die cutting and some punching. So let's get the punching out of the way first. Y'all remember this punch. Oh, I didn't leave enough room. This is probably not the best pair of scissors, but it should do the job. I am going to line him up in here. And punch him out. There's the one bee. And this is the wings, and it goes where this little heart is, which I need to make a little more room for. And we'll punch, whoop, as everything goes flying, that out of there. So there's the wings for that one. Okay. Let me get all this extra out of the way here. Now, you could do the bees and the wings and stuff on the mini machine. However, I'm going to be using this one because I got to move the blocks. We're going to be doing that large die cut, and you do need the larger machine for that one. Now, this is not the largest of these dies. It is, hang on, I'm grabbing the dies so I can look. This one is Either way, it's the third one in from the back, or the middle one here. Now what this is going to do, it's going to give you 2 pieces when you die cut it. Set that over there to put that away. So we have this piece here, and then we have this piece. So we have a nice frame. Now what I'm doing is in my case here, let's see if you can see in here, I already have a few frames. I'm putting them behind my dies in my case, and I'm going to save them, and I'm going to make some cards with those and using the frames. So that is that part. And I did one in white and one in Petunia Pop. So we need 2. Next, we need to die cut the wings and the bodies. So we're going to bring this back in. And I'm going to bring in the wings and the bodies right now, and I am going to use a little tape to hold them in place. When I did my first one, I actually had to redo the bees because they slid on me, and I don't want sliding bees. I want them to line up pretty good. So a little tape will do the job. So that's the big one. And the little one. And these are the dies for the wings. So this is the large wing, and this is the small wing. And so what you're doing is you can see how to line them up really easy because they just go right around where you stamped. And then this one. Pull these guys out. There's our small bee. And our large bee. I'm keeping the large bee one out. I'll show you why in a minute. We are going to use it as a label for our, I'll pull those out later. And this is what the wings look like. So they're not solid in the center, they're open. I think it's sort of nice. Then we're going to do one more die cut. I need a scrap of white. I have a smaller scrap over here by any chance? Yes, I do. Let's grab a smaller scrap. We're going to die cut one of the large bee. He is going to be the speech bubble for our bee. The bee bodies make great speech bubbles. So we got that one. Alrighty. Let me pick all this up and get all this out of my way here. And we can do some more stamping now. Alright. We have to finish our bees. And our sentiments. Okay, these two are going on the front of the card. And I want one to face this way, the little one, and I want the big one to face this way. And I'm just gonna bring this one in over here. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna do bee faces. And I want him to face this way as well. I'm leaving this right there so I know which bee it belongs to. They are, as you can see, they go down in size, but you know, they also can be an optical illusion. So turn your beads the way you want their faces to face, you know, which direction, okay? Now I have bee faces over here. I need to grab a block, and I want the one that's winking to go on my large bee. Bring the black back in. This is why it's, don't put your faces on first. You wait until you get them cut, decide which direction you want their faces to go. So this one's winking. This one we're going to put on the medium bee. She's got big eyes. Big open eyes. And this is the one I believe has his eyes looking down. I pulled them out of both sets. So you got a little different. Some are similar, but some are different. That one like that. Okay, and I'm gonna put this on there because I'll need it a bit. Okay, so we have the eyes. We'll put the bees together in just a moment. We also need to stamp the speech bubble. Now, he's facing this way. This is the large one. He's the one doing the talking. So we need to make sure the point is facing towards his mouth. And in Petunia Pop, I am going to stamp Your Friendship Means Everything. Fits in there just perfectly. Okay, now, other stamping we need to do. I'll set him over here for now. Is we need to put our saying in here on this. And this is the one I split, and I'm going to put it right up here at the tippy top of this. Now I'm looking, if you look at my card, I'm going off the points here on the card. You want to make sure you've laid it out that way. I got that one, and I believe, nope, we got a little more Petunia Pop. Let's do that while we've got the Petunia Pop out. I need my envelope. And that little heart, and I'm just going to stamp a little group. Oh, 3 should be good. Just a little group of hearts on there. I think that's it for stamping with Petunia Pop. The last one we need is Lemon Lolly. You could use Daffodil if you wanted. I just didn't want it as dark. And I'm going to grab that honeycomb. And I'm going to stamp one over the verses here. Rotate it a different way. And I'm going to put a little cluster right down there. So that's the way I did that one. Okay, I think we are ready to just about assemble. Let's assemble these bees. I'm going to use glue dots. And so what I'm going to do, you could put antennae on these if you wanted. I chose not to do antennae. I thought they didn't really need it. And I'm just going to put a glue dot here. And a glue dot here. And decide where I want his wings. I want his back a little bit. And hook it to the back of that. Now the glue dot's sticking off a little bit. So off to the side here I have my silicone mat. And I'm going to set them on the silicone mat. This one is fairly easy because he's solid. Let's put a glue dot there. There's going to be dimensionals and other things holding them on. So I'm going to put him back that way. And then this one. Don't stick yourself to the glue dots. It happens. And this cute little guy, his wings are gonna go like that. I thought they were so cute, they really didn't need the antenna. All right, so we've got those all sitting off to the side. The next thing we need to do is we need to make our card base. So I need my paper trimmer, which I have managed to bury. And I'm gonna grab a little sip of drink here. So I have a piece of 8.5, or 8.5. It was 8.5 when I started. No, 11 by 4 1/4. And we are going to score this. Bring this down, get my cutting blade out of the way. We are going to score this at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. These are very difficult measurements. And then I'll grab my bone folder, which I know is around here somewhere. That was weird. This is sort of like the weird day. Earlier, I muted the kitchen TV. If you don't believe in ghosts, then there it is. If you don't believe in ghosts, this still freak you out. I muted the TV in the living room. Both cats are in the room with me. No one else is in the house. And the TV been muted for about 2-3 hours. I mean, it's on mute all the time. It never has anything. I'm sitting here at my desk getting ready to film, and all of a sudden my TV comes on, the volume. There's no one else in the house. And the cats are with me, so they couldn't have touched it either. So, just how spooky things go around your house. Yeah, I asked my sister, I says, who do you think's wandering the house today? And she goes, well, that's a practical joke. It's got to be Dad. She thought it was quite funny too. So this is a piece of that honey paper, and I'm going to use the honey paper in here. And if you don't believe in ghosts, then that's fine too. It's just a weird thing that happened. It's not like I totally believe in ghosts. I just think that there's strange things that happen. Especially when you have someone who passes away in a house. But anyhow, that's going to go there. And then we have a piece here. And I know I'm not giving you dimensions, but if you look below, they're all there. I know I hate covering up this beautiful piece. Okay, so there we go. So the first piece we're going to put on is this one. And it's going to go from point to point right at the edge. I'm going to flip it over. And only put glue on this side. Yeah, we are using dimensionals on other parts. That's why I'm not using dimensionals on this. Make sure you're about top to bottom. Give that a good rub. Make sure it's good and stuck. Okay. Now this, I'm going to open this up. You've seen me do this before. You could put another piece of paper here if you wanted. Make sure your verse is going the right way. Now what we're going to do with this one, I want to just come back. You see I'm leaving just a slight border on this? I want to shove it back this way a little bit. So I don't want to make sure I'm not right. Got everything covered. Then go ahead and put glue all over this one. And close this. It'll be in the exact place you need it. No guessing. There we go. All right. There we go. So we're going to need this, and we're going to need our bees. So let's put the little guy, the medium one, in here first. Now what I want to do is I want to place him in here, but I want to place him in so that I don't see him. I'm going to put some glue and put him right about there. You don't want to see him from the other side. Okay. So then we're going to put this one up on Dimensionals, and this is going on Dimensionals. Let's get those. Okay, and then this one is going to get a wobbler. These are wobblers. These are called mini wobblers. I got, I don't know how many I got, 60 of them for like, I think they were $7 on Amazon. They have all different sizes, different prices, different amounts. You can get mixed ones or whatever. But these seem to be the size that I needed. So, but you can look for them. They're called paper crafting wobblers. This is the side that goes on one, and that one goes on the other. So they wobble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pick tool, and there is glue here. You just have to get it started off. And this is the piece that's going to hook on. And so I'm going to go right in the center of my bee. And then I'm going to take this piece here. It's also got adhesive. And pull it off like that. And then I'm going to place him. Now he's going to go up, but he's one of those things, once you stick him down, he is stuck. I want him right about there. There he goes. And then the little one's going to go down here. And I'm put him, let him hang off just a little bit there. And then the speech bubble. Is going to go just about like that. So far, so good. Next, we're going to use some bling. This is the 2425 In Color Shimmer Gems. Now, last time I used Petunia Pop on these, but this time I'm going to use Pretty in Pink. So I wanted to see if there was a big difference. So I'm going to put a big one right here. And then another big one right about there, and a small one. I think I almost like the lighter color on there better. There's not much difference. So you could use both. So that is my card for today. I'm going to play with the bees. So, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.